Welcome back, liners.
Hello.
All four of you.
Line.
Lion.
Line.
I'm going to launch right into a survey for you guys.
Yeah.
Here's a real question. Whenever a robot master appears, do you want a title card?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do.
Do you want me to outline like this is like the last one would have been like they appear in like slow-mo, they like wind up they like right before they like hit Sheila, it would have been like bam, quick man or whatever. Do you want that? I say like oh
Sure.
Yes, I think so.
okay,
I think
yeah.
we do.
Yes, I think we want that.
It has a Yu Yu Hakusho moment to it, but for characters instead of attacks.
I think they shouldn't just be called Blank Man. But that's my personal stance.
Why?
Bubble Man.
I find the naming convention silly.
Yes, it's bathos.
Look, I just want to be able to scream, Bubble Man!
I just want to like. Okay, there are like innately silly elements about the dystopia we already live in.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely true.
In particular, the symbol of Amazon is a smirk.
Yeah. That's true.
If you put that in fiction, people would say you were a hack. The real dystopia, the way to be realistic, is to make it dumber than you would believe.
We have police robots with tasers in real life. We have police robots with guns
and shotguns
in real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like dying because when Tavik said the dystopia we already live in, I was thinking he was talking about the game, and then he mentioned Amazon. and I realized he was talking about real life.
Mhm.
And I was like,
Yeah.
so true.
Like, I hate to keep coming back to the frog boil metaphor, but
Yes, you read it. Oh, that shit is so sick. Oh, I cannot wait for that album.
All right. Title card as there shall be. And now, rolling with the proper episode, big one.
Boom. Act 3, Chapter 4. Hell's Kitchen. When people farmed and lived off the land and watched the moon, the medicinal disc in the sky. Oh, wait. When people farmed and lived off the land and watched the moon, that medicinal disc in the sky, Alexander found that addiction rates seem to grow, not as availability increases, but as human dislocation, the inevitable result of a free market society, becomes commonplace. What? This is so weird. The punctuation is weird. At the end of the 20th century, okay, let me start over. When people farmed and lived off the land and watched the moon, that medicinal disc in the sky, Alexander found that addiction rates seem to grow, not as availability increases, but as human dislocation, the inevitable result of a free market society, becomes commonplace. At the end of the 20th century, jobs disappear on short notice, communities are weak and unstable, people routinely change families, occupations, technical skills, languages, nationalities, software, and ideologies as their lives progress. Prices and incomes are no more stable than social life. Even the continued viability of crucial economic systems is in question. Dislocation plays havoc, and the delicate impenetrations of people, society, the physical world, and the spiritual values that are needed to sustain psychosocial integration. In the absence of these things, we, like rats in cages, turn to substitutes, not because the substitutes are alluring in and of themselves, but because our circumstances are deficient. We without our gods. Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just want to like underscore that you said Jesus Christ directly after we without our gods.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
it's,
not
it's,
part of
it's
the
Ramadan.
quote.
It's
That's not part
it's
of the quote.
Ramadan. It's Ramadan right now, so it's Allah.
That's still happening? How long is that?
It's ending on Wednesday. Wednesday's Eid.
Huh.
It's a month long, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that about the month of Ramadan.
Correct. I didn't.
Okay.
I did
Well,
not know it was a month.
Like
You fucking got me.
it's strictly speaking not your fault that the world has let you down in this way.
Yeah. An instance of ignorance is not something that I would blame myself on. Yes.
Yeah, someone who lives in this town. This town is atheist.
This city.
Yep. All right. What happened last time?
Okay, so we bust into the room and there's like a bunch of guys playing cards and we're like, "Hey, you guys, you're playing cards," and they're like, cogs, we're gonna die," and we're like, "Hey, chill out," and they're like they drop their shotgun, which is definitely meant to kill humans and not cogs, and then they run away. And we stop them from running away, and we talk to them for a little while, and then curfew happens, and we go after this dump truck full of the clothes of the recently executed, in order to gear ourselves out in the clothes of the recently executed, as you do.
Yeah.
As you do.
They make useful disguises. But in our
Dressed as dead men.
waylaying of, we dress as dead men, and women,
And women.
we delay the truck from going on. So we arrive too late to stop a raid on an apartment complex, and a bunch of people are already shot. And we intervene, and they run for the fucking hills. There aren't any hills; it's just the city. And we shoot some guys, and we immediately set off all of the alarms. And Quick Man comes to kick our asses. He's got a blue suit too. He doesn't actually, but he throws a boomerang at us. And we try to catch the boomerang, and catching the boomerang doesn't work. It would have worked if we did it better.
If only Danny D A-003 had better circuitry hand coordination, he would have caught that.
If only I
boomerang.
didn't, pull the strings on the dice spot to make it to where Danny D always loses.
Of course.
Yeah. If Danny D could but roll above a 5, then it would have worked out. But it was a nice little setup action because Quickman has to appear to catch the boomerang. So I shot where he was going to be because I have played Space Invaders.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Video games haven't come a long way since Pac-Man.
Nope. And then we continue fighting the guy, and we manage to pull his legs off. Lol. And then we're very hit and very harmed and very hurt, except for me, who somehow managed to not get hit the entire episode, despite doing a bunch of near suicidally destructive things.
Me and Sheila are very damaged.
That's true. You a little more than me now.
I was in critical condition.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I still am in critical condition.
You're at 1 health now.
Yeah. Previously, a mosquito bite would have killed me, but now I have to get bitten by a snake.
Did you put on my legs that give you more armor?
I put on your legs that gave me 1 armor, so I went from 0 to 1. I
Those
went
only
from
one?
off to on.
No, those are 3 armor. Gyroscope system gives you +3 armor.
Oh, they give you. Oh, they do give me 3 armor. Oh shit.
There you go. And we
Okay,
set
that-
off after Hell's Kitchen to try and find one of the guys we were told about by the booze runners who, you know, they're probably bad, but they're doing what they can to get by.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their fault that they're evil. Something Utopia, Thomas More. Okay, just me then.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's
Yeah.
just you. Sorry.
Okay. It is the state of society that you create criminals by depriving them of their needs and then punish them for the way that you have entrained them to be.
Yeah.
That's a paraphrase. That's not an actual quote. But, highly thematic.
Yeah.
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 Highly thematic, highly relevant.
Cinderella in the best Cinderella movie quotes that book all the time.
Is that the one with
Which
Emma?
one is that?
Was that the one with Emma from Emma Hermione?
No. This one is from around 2001-ish. I think it's called Ever After.
Oh, is that the one with Adam Sandler's wife in Grown Ups?
I haven't seen an Adam Sandler movie since 2006, so I don't know. But probably.
Okay, so command line, right?
Yeah. Anyway, back to the show.
Yes, thank you.
The reference is important.
No, don't bring it back.
No, I'm not bringing it back. Go on, continue.
We fought that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then
It
we're
was
going towards. We're trying to find a kid.
Yeah.
A kid who has done some. He built the shotgun, so probably a shady guy, but he probably has a rudimentary workshop, and we are trying to get in with the resistance force that is. We're hoping for a Morton's fork here, where it's split apart and then just reconverges right immediately between the two choices. We could have gone to the place that the resistance bombed, or to Hell's Kitchen to find this inventor kid.
Yep.
Which is the inventor kid?
Or to Empire Building.
Empire Building. I'm talking Empire Building. Oh, my dear Pearl. Let's not bring Pearl.
Okay.
If you can't tell, we've been watching a lot of Steven Universe lately.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Steven Universe going on. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so you're currently traveling through like back alleys, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I think it takes you guys a while. Do you want to Do you want to find a payphone and report in?
Yeah, sure.
You guys haven't reported in
Yeah.
a while.
We haven't.
Yeah, since we hooked up the line.
How long has it been since then?
It's probably been, if you do it in like the middle of your excursion, it's probably been a few hours.
Okay.
You're trying to cross the city like widthwise, basically, and you're trying to do it like on foot, quietly. I said you're sticking to alleys, but alleys don't actually exist, so presumably you're either.
That's true. Alleys don't exist in Manhattan.
Yeah. So how are you guys getting there? Because the streets are monitored. How are you attempting to traverse? I think that's your first decision.
Okay.
Can we like go from like rooftop to rooftop?
That's what I was thinking.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a normal human wouldn't be able to clear the distance between buildings.
Yeah, you guys can. Like even on like a 4-lane road, you can do it. It's probably pretty close. Depends on who's got what legs.
Mhm.
Uh,
There's definitely a wolf and a sheep moment if some of us can make a jump and the others can't.
Mm.
a lot of wolf and sheep moments, but most of them were
Yeah.
corralled to Command X, not Command Hearts.
Well, you see, you have a boat, a wolf, and a sheep, and you need to get them.
You need to get them
And-
both
Yeah.
across. Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys are traveling by rooftop. And how Sheila, how are those legs treating you?
I mean, feel different. Like, what do you mean by that?
Did you want to give them some flavor?
I wouldn't know where to start because I don't know what. Like, I don't know what you mean by that.
I guess Simon's not about the flavor of legs.
I'm just confused
I
as to
love
what you
chicken
mean
legs.
by the question.
I'm just re-upping on with a reminder that you have new legs.
I do have new legs.
They're super
I don't think
legs.
I've used them yet.
Yeah. But, you're breaking them in.
Right.
With some classic rooftop running.
I mean, my perception of them is that they were a little like lighter build than the like bulky gyro legs.
Oh,
Rooftop run, you say?
I'd say they are like, they are the equivalent of like pseudo magical like carbon fiber, where they are as light. I'll say they're as light as human legs.
Yeah.
Pseudo magical carbon fiber.
Sure.
I was doing
Yeah.
a rooftop run.
You did so quiet. If you would have done it louder, I would have known it. But you did
Anyway,
quiet.
continue.
I mean that's a lot of what I have to say. It's just that they're definitely different and lighter build. So maybe like taking some time to get used to like the weight difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were with the heavy legs before.
Yeah.
All right. I think you. I think you guys are traveling for a little while. You're going kind of slowly. You're trying to be careful. At some point after a few hours, the what's it called? The curfew is ended. It's like announced on like from like PA systems and telescreens around the city that from like you guys are in like the lower, you're on the Lower East Side, which is like a little bit more like buildings here aren't as hyper industrial as they are in like the center of the city or like the north side.
Yeah.
So you can see, but you can see looking up to like those big skyscrapers. They have like big telescreens mounted to them that are this broadcast, so they're always in view. Even from up here on the rooftops, there's you see the first thing you see like when you're up there, like when you're first starting to travel, there's a no, I'll just put that now. So curfew's lifted and there's a broadcast happening about like the small, they don't call them they say there's a dissenting like threat within the city. They don't call it like a rebel force. And on that, let's see. Yeah, in that footage, they show you guys footage from you guys like breaking up that like firing squad,
Mm-hmm.
but the footage has been like edited in post.
Mm.
Okay.
Like the Running Man.
Yeah, like some ingsoc, like ingsoc.
Hmm.
They like don't show the cogs like executing people. In fact, they reframe it in such a way with like Sheila directly like shooting a camera.
Yeah. No cameras.
Like they splice that in. They're reporting about how there are secretive forces indiscriminately spreading destruction on the south side, quote unquote south side.
Mm-hmm.
They frame it as if you guys executed those people.
Mm-hmm. Well, what are you gonna do? Maybe tap into that broadcast system and broadcast some real shit. That's an idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's being broadcast everywhere. Like you can see it on screens near you, and you can see it on the screens that are like very far away.
Yeah.
Like a morning announcements.
Yeah, it is like a morning announcements with the curfew lifting. People start to like go out into the streets.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a daytime or nighttime that everyone sets their clocks by. So the like as they say, the city never sleeps.
Damn.
I think at some point you guys like go down to street level. To Yeah, at some point you move down to street level after all the people have been let out, and you find a payphone. I like to imagine you just like climb down. You just like climb down a fire escape.
Yeah.
To appear natural, that way you don't just jump down into the middle of the street.
Yeah. Okay. Who wants to take the horn first?
I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah. You funnel yourself into the payphone, and the other two are like standing guard, but also like leaning in to listen.
Mm-hmm. Bring, 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 bring.
Yeah. There's like a dial-up noise after the ringing. There's like a dial-up noise where it's like the transceiver like connecting to home base.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm thinking about who I want to have answer. Who do you want to have answer?
Why don't you flip a coin?
I could flip a coin.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had a preference. If you have no
I
preference,
think it's more fun if we don't get to choose.
Sure. All right. Heads is Samson.
Of course.
Samson answers.
Samson is.
I think
If you recall, we talked to Pearl last time, so it makes sense we're talking to Samson this time.
There you go. Now she has to sleep, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Samson picks up the phone. Picks up the receiver, and he says, "How you guys holding up out there?"
Hey, big guy, we're
Full of holes.
Yeah, getting settled in. That's for sure.
We've seen reports of your welcoming committee from down here.
Oh yeah, we didn't realize that you were tapped into that. Hey,
Not great TV.
No.
There's only one. There's only one channel.
Mhm.
Is that was a variety at least?
Actually, I wanna amend that. He says there's only two channels. There's the news and static.
We've obviously encountered some resistance from where we tapped in your broadcast unit, and here we're out on the streets, and we met some baseline cogs, but we've also encountered what seems to be a sort of unique special model. We were able to narrowly dispatch it, but it was definitely quite a problem.
How's the crew holding up?
I'm saying I'm about 2/3 scrapped. Danny's looking worse. Jack's alright.
Any sign of Alvis or Emily yet?
I forget. Did I'm like putting the controller phone down so they don't hear me when I talk to you, Roma. Is that like did we didn't get any mention of Alvis from the bar guys, did we?
No. In fact, you mentioned Alvis to them, and
Right.
they didn't know anything.
Right. So yeah, I just tell them, no, we're still looking. We're gonna attempt to.
They told you about Dr. Light, though.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell them that, like, we don't know anything about either of them, but we're hoping to hook up with what resistance group does exist here already, and maybe get an in from there.
Sounds good. Whatever allies you can find will be probably just as helpful as more helpful than we can be down here.
Yeah. Hopefully, one of them knows how to patch us up.
I also, I do have something that might be moderately worrying to report. Hantayumi has been browsing around in network upstairs. He's still here, but and we got him locked down. We got him locked down on his own system, but he didn't tell us what he was doing.
And he's not typing up.
No, he's still non-responsive.
Well,
that's very strange.
Yeah. We'll look into that. We'll see if we can't get any, if we have some access to whatever system they have going on up here. We can maybe try to put some of that together. But
he might have copied himself onto the network, so watch out for him.
Sure.
Did you guys trust him? Do you think he's trying to help?
He was trying to help us back then, but things were very different back then.
All right, so player talk. What do we think is up with that? That's real weird.
I mean,
because
that's not like it's suspicious. It's not like inherently problematic. He could have just been trying to help, but also
no. I think that the suspicion becomes definite. We need to act as though that is definitely happening, because otherwise he's been real weird.
Yeah.
And, it's the choice between an answer and no answer. So let's assume that that's the case. How does that fit into our conception of Hantayumi? Because I thought that he didn't want what is currently happening to him to have happened to him, other than he had time to think on it and was like, this was maybe a bad idea and led to bad things.
I mean, maybe you try to reach out to Dr. Light just out of like past familiarity or something.
Hmm.
No, I think this is very sus.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is hella sus.
You're looking like Megamind right now, Danny. Staring into camera. Oh, by the way, the payphone has a camera on it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There's cameras everywhere.
Could we have broken that?
Like walk in, looking down, put thumb over camera, and just push it in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you do that. I think you just do that.
Okay. Great.
So there's while then if you did that, then while your conversation is happening, I think that like people are just like kind of walking in the street because there's not a lot of cars. In fact, there's a lot of like junked cars or like pulled apart ones.
Yeah.
Like there sometimes you might come to a road and the entire road is just like filled with either like a small shanty town or just like a bunch of cars that have just been stripped down to bare metal. Like taking out the cushions, taking out the wires, etc., etc.
Yeah, just leaving like a frame.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Danny and Jack a pair of like cogs like come around a corner soon after you like start talking on the payphone, and one of them has like the cogs don't have like a scary like full, like they don't have the skull head.
Mhm.
They're not wearing clothes. They have like Mega Man-esque, like they have an armor that suits their role, basically, where they're like painted and they have they look a little more like rounded. You've seen these guys around while just like in the street looking for a payphone. There's one of them is like a maintenance drone, like the ones you've fought before. Another one looks like a security one. That one is armed with like a small that one's armed with like the same small round like gun that the executioners were.
Okay.
Small round firearm. There you go. They are approaching you.
Okay. All right. In player wise, this makes me think that there's going to have, like, in order for us to be able to operate in this space, we're gonna have to go with a certain amount of surveillance.
Yeah.
Because well, it's like not turning your phone off before doing some direct action.
Right.
Wherein you just like leave it at home or like, because it is the disruptions to the surveillance apparatus that actually flags you for being a problem. Live and learn.
They walk up to you.
We got to get out of here immediately.
Jack and Danny, you're like standing there as if like in line, basically, and these two drones approach you in the and the police model says, Says, citizens, did you see who vandalized this transceiver?
No, sorry, officer. We didn't see nothing.
Well, speak for yourself, lady. And I point in that direction. It's like it went that way. I think he was wearing a black hat.
Understood. I'll pass this along. For now, stand aside. Let the maintenance drone do his work. Be sure to report if you see any suspicious activity.
Understood.
No problem.
It starts like
Mhm.
The maintenance drone like kind of forces his way into the booth and like starts to take it apart.
Okay. I mean, I think okay.
I think here. Just to make it kind of a little bit less awkward to play. I think he like goes up to the phone booth side of the phone booth and just like pulls a panel off and starts to like disassemble it while you're on it. And like there's a lot of static, but the line doesn't cut off just yet.
Sam, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I think there's some static, and then like the line drops.
Okay.
Basically.
Fair enough.
That was time enough for a gotta go by.
Yeah, that's time enough for a gotta go by. The security drone starts saying like, citizens who report well will be rewarded. You should always find your nearest security station and report suspicious activity, etc., etc. I think you leave them there, but they do not further harass you.
That's nice.
So I guess we passed.
Guess so.
Yeah.
To them.
Yeah, you're dressed up. And your helmets are receded.
Yeah. I like. Okay, guys. I know you guys didn't do a lot of crime back in the old world, but you gotta be cooler than that.
I was cool.
I feel like I was pretty cool as well.
Okay. Just saying we didn't see nothing is more suspicious.
Okay. That's sure.
I said
like it just happened, so
yeah.
Reasonable.
I think you all leave as a group and make your way for Hell's Kitchen. I think the rest of the way there is mostly uneventful. You have to pass through a checkpoint, or a checkpoint is along the route, and I think you just like give it a pass for now. You take a long way around. But like as you're kind of going up from that's you breaking out of like the south side. You kind of go around and slip into Hell's Kitchen from the side. But it looks like there's checkpoints to like the central part of the island.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like what's the vibe? Is it like really oppressive?
Yeah, I think people are like they keep their heads low. They're in a low murmur. It's cold out. It's dark.
I'm gonna say the vibe is keep quiet.
Yeah, it feels like sometimes you have to remind yourself that you're outside because it feels like you're walking through an artificially lit cave.
It's that bad, huh?
Yeah, The sky is black.
Rough.
The sky is black, and like the predominant noise is like PA, is like crunchy PA system audio.
Are people kind of like aggro, or are they just like very keep to themselves?
I think they're very keep to themselves more than
Okay.
aggro. I think that
Like-
because you're out in the street right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Like-
to
like
know
if
what's
I-
going on inside these buildings?
Like if I bump into somebody's shoulder on the streets, are they gonna like want to fight? Like what's the vibe? Like
I think sometimes you bump shoulders with someone and they turn and look at you in fear and run away.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Because they can feel your giant
Yeah.
metal shoulder. You're not your giant,
Yeah.
but your like steel shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you make it to Hell's Kitchen though.
That's good.
Here it's like a there's like a lot of vents from the factories down below, so it's like steamy and hard to see around here. It's like a perpetual hot fog. There's like steam billowing up out of like sewers, if you've ever seen that. Have you ever seen footage in New York City where there's like steam coming up out of the sewers?
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
It like clouds every street. And it's a little more like there's less people here. And there's a lot of like there's like lower levels of access here, like the sewer goes deeper. So there's a lot of like security posted around, or like extra like surveillance. How do you want to go about finding the machinist? You're in the right district.
Do we have? I'm trying to think if we have like. I don't know, anything that we could like show to someone and be like, hey, you know where we could go to get this fixed? But probably not.
We probably should have kept the shotgun. That would have been a good lead. But we
I think
also-
showing in
Yeah.
the atmosphere that we're in, showing somebody a shotgun is gonna be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bad move.
yeah.
Okay, everybody's on edge. What do I look for? How do I tap my criminal element?
Mm-hmm.
How do you use your background, your criminal background?
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna be going pretty far back in my memory for vibe checks. I'm gonna be like, because what Jack thinks is that this is a lot like the atmosphere of like this is like school, is what Jack thinks.
Yeah.
The way that people are acting on the street very much mirrors Jack's school experience, but heightened ways.
Mhm.
So the thing that we're looking for is like all right, do you know what hobo signs look like?
I do.
Yeah, like little markings.
Yeah, little markings like that big or smaller.
Yeah, like 4 or
just
5
some-
square inches that are just like a little
Mhm.
symbol that tells you if you're in the know.
Yeah. I don't know how it would manifest, but that's one of the things that I'm on the lookout for.
Okay.
Like just literally any symbol.
I think that's a good lead. I think that's a I think you can make a roll on that to try and find like a sign or somewhere to go. Because like there's like a lot of old shuttered like businesses around here. Some of them have like broken windows, but like most of them are, or they're all basically either unoccupied or like they seem like people are just using them to sleep in now.
Mm-hmm. An unoccupied building would be a not officially occupied building would also be a pretty good lead.
I like this sign. I like looking for a sign like this.
Yeah.
I think that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be a connection roll because you're is that tracing? It's not tracing. That is tracing.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. That's like a stuff around us. Yeah, this is accumulated knowledge. You're
yeah,
right on.
I think this is yeah, I think I'd give you advantage for this.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. I think you go into a there's a building that's been like broken into, and like its contents have basically just been like strewn about inside and a little bit on the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Like ripped down shelves and like old rotten container, like cardboard containers that used to contain like branded packaging that has long since been out of print. I think you go inside, and there in the back of the store you find like I think you're like scanning on like every wavelength that your eyes can see.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you see like in invisible ink like a mark has been put over like the back door to lead into like a little like a door in the back of the shop that like leads into like a little courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
Between like a bunch of different shops. I think when you go back there, there's you find like basically like a like multi-tiered, what's it called? Not like a like stall based market, like a bunch of a like small marketplace where like there's people milling around and like haggling over basically scraps, like whatever they have. Some people have like food. Someone here has like a van that they have with like flat tires that's loaded with like crates of food, basically. I think there's like a ramshackle second story to this also that's like kind of suspended between the buildings.
Very Hooverville.
Yes, it's very Hooverville. Yeah, people here are, they're keeping quiet, but there's not really much surveillance back here. Or like you don't see any surveillance back here. Like you don't see cameras or cogs anywhere. But this looks like the place to be if you want to buy something.
Yeah. How many extra parts do we have for trade?
Yeah, do you guys have anything that you'd be willing to trade?
I'd be willing to part with my torch, my blowtorch.
Yeah, that could be probably pretty valuable.
That was what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
If I could get my emergency acceleration system fixed, I would be willing to give up my gyroscopic stabilization system.
What do you mean get your legs fixed?
Oh yeah, they don't. Yeah, no, they're okay. They're okay. Yeah, if I'm able to get some of me fixed, I'd be willing to trade my gyroscopic stabilization system.
Okay, how do we? That would be a big deal item.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
That'd be like pulling out like I don't even know. I don't even know what that would be like pulling out.
That's like you go into a little fantasy town and you pull out like a gold brick with the face of the king on it, and the lady at the tavern goes, "Oh no, sir, I couldn't make change for that." But also there'd be like, "Where the fuck did you get that?"
Yeah, that's like trying to sell Gandalf's staff to these people.
I love that you both went to fantasy, and my thing was gonna be like, "Hey, do you want a Stinger missile?"
Yeah, I tried to come up with
yeah,
that
and
one.
there's also some tones of that, that's for sure.
That's where I went first, and I couldn't come up with an equivalent. I'm like, I don't know. What if you brought an entire tank turret to like a pawn shop?
But come on, this isn't hot. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not hot.
It isn't. It isn't. It really isn't.
No one's looking for it.
It's categorically hot.
Yeah.
We should all be so lucky.
Indeed. All right, where are you guys looking in this market?
And this is like an indoor market?
I mean, it's like between buildings, but there is like a
Okay.
second layer to it up above you. There's not like a layer past that.
Okay. You know what? I say we start upstairs.
Sure.
Wait. Should we get into some shit? What are our exits?
Very good.
I mean,
Good instinct.
you're tough enough to where like doors don't really stand a match for you, and you could probably like get to the top of one of these buildings even if there was no ladder like pretty quick. Those of you with super legs.
Okay. I would want to avoid like a real damage to this place because that would draw like a lot of attention.
Yeah, that would draw a lot of heat.
Yeah, you don't want to raise your wanted level too high.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially because we want to. I think we might want to come back here at some point.
Yeah.
No, for sure. This seems like a good little like hangout spot.
Yeah. When I ask for what are you looking for, I don't mean like where exactly in the space are you going. I just mean like what type of place are you looking for here?
Okay.
They're selling like food and like supplies for survival, basically, like urban survival.
What I am looking for is some kind of iconography, a bandana, particularly when there's more than one person who's wearing some object of the same color.
Okay.
I don't know if there would be a symbol or anything like that, but like colors seem easy to coordinate with plausible deniability if you are separated in public.
Okay. I think there's guys. I think the security around here, you like look around and you get the vibe pretty quick. There's guys around here who have like basically hoodies with the hood up, and then they have like a like a face mask, some kind of mask, like a gas mask or like a medical mask sometimes. And they're usually like either like sitting in front of stalls or like talking with the people who are running them. I think you find like a couple of them like pulling some guys apart who are like fighting over something.
What are they fighting over?
I think they're fighting over like one of them is saying like, "Oh, you ripped me off. You stole a bunch of my stock, and now you're selling it here."
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I think the other guy's like, you can't tell any of this from any other of this. Like he's selling food, and like all of it looks literally exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we found security. Yes. Hey, you know what seems like a Danny move? I'm just gonna tee up for. Just directly ask security if somebody has a visible weapon, ask them where they got it, and because you want yours fixed.
Yeah, you gotta play the character. You gotta live the character.
I don't think Danny is that bad.
Causing
Danny
problems.
was just that bad, like last session.
Come on, guys, fail forward. Fail forward.
Fail forward.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, here we go. All right, we're doing this. I walk up.
Yeah.
What's the height on this guy, by the way?
I think he's a little bigger than you. I think he's a little bigger than you. Maybe a little more square, like squared off shoulders. His weapon, like these guys aren't like they're not like flexing guns or anything. They either have like bats or like crowbars. Some of them probably have like a loop of a loop of chain or rope on their hip for like if someone got real rowdy, they just fucking chain them down and like throw them in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right.
when Danny fails at this, I have another angle.
God damn.
Well, go, Danny. Now there's a line.
Okay, before I do this, are all hands like metal, like, or is it like some other material?
Your hands look like they have gloves. It looks like you have like Mickey Mouse gloves, basically.
Okay.
People will not question it until they shake your hand.
Okay. So I walk up to this guy and I'm like I give him a little backhand pat on the chest, and I'm like, yo, big guy, you know where I could get some weapons. A guy stole some from me, and I want to teach him a lesson.
Yep, this is a Danny move. This is what I wish for.
Danny, I'm gonna let you describe what is the weapon that this guy has.
I don't want to be like,
You have carte blanche. Go.
I have carte blanche. Okay, like the so that in like Fallout 4, right? There's like a wooden like PP gun or a BB gun.
Okay, yeah.
Like
A PP gun?
A PP gun. A wooden like Thompson.
Yeah.
It's like in the style of like a wooden like Thompson.
Okay. So he has like
he
has like a toy gun basically, or like a BB gun. Something that is like not lethal to humans.
Yeah.
But would fucking hurt you and get you to stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Roll connection for this guy. Let's just see how much your natural charms can carry you.
Man, I love rolling connection to talk to a guy. That's such a... We so rarely just like talk to a guy.
Yeah.
When we talk to people, it's always like, "Oh, I'm the fucking archangel of life and death, and I'm here to wax philosophical at you." It's never just like a dude.
Hey.
Of course I roll well on something this dumb.
Good job.
This is
Dirty
literally
20.
what we need.
I know, but it's like
Yeah.
like the this is a goof scenario.
Okay.
Like the result of it is important, but like the scenario itself is very dumb.
Now you say the goof scenario. I'm about to pour out some goofy movie goof on all over the scenario. I think you have that big cool jacket, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he mistakes you for like a higher ranking guy. Like he thinks, wow, your jacket's so cool. You must be important. So like, cause you have the conductor jacket.
Yeah.
Which like a like big leather duster in like this day and age. Like that, you look like top fucking brass of like some mob somewhere. This guy's like, holy shit. So I think he refers to you as sir. Like that's how much. I think he says, "Sir, if you need something, I can go." I think he says I could go round up some boys to help you for whatever you need, or but if you want to get into if you want to see our armory for yourself, I could bring you down there.
Why not? Why not both?
All right, sir, right this way. And I think he leads you to like a sewer access door.
Follow him.
Do they
Sheila,
see me?
you're gonna want to watch him.
I
gotta
like transmit because like like I don't have to talk to them physically.
Yeah.
I like transmit. I'm like, yo, I got an in. Follow closely behind.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I was just assuming that they're following you as like cronies. Like it just looks like you're a group.
Okay. I'm really divided because on the one, what do you guys think? Because on the one hand, I really want to be present if this scene goes sour, or something like that. And on the other hand, I do have another angle to run. I'm gonna try and ask somebody. I'm gonna tell somebody I recently got let go. Where can I get my prosthetics fixed in this part of town?
Ooh,
Under the
That's
table.
good.
that's also very good.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hold that for later.
Yeah.
I think
you should
I'll go
roll-
with Danny. Jack, if you have another angle, you can just communicate that to us, and then
Yeah.
Okay. Split.
No trust.
Split
No trust
in the
for
party.
this man.
Split in the party. All right.
Yeah, we're doing our real season 2 of Maggie right now.
Okay. Sheila and Danny, you're like led to like a metal door with like two guys flanking it with like bats, with like barbed wire wrapped around them and shit. The guy, the like guy in the hoodie, the security hoodie, like walks up and the guy's just like, and the guys just like wave him past basically, and they like unlock the door, and then but you walk down. It goes downstairs, like very very steeply. Like this guy, he's a little taller than you, so he has to like duck down. He has his hand on like gliding along the ceiling.
Yeah.
And you come out, and there's like you're in like a part of the sewers that has been like dammed off, like it's been bricked off on both ends, and they've like formed a bunker down here.
Oh.
And it is like it's pretty big, but it's like long. This is like an armory that also seemingly like connects to like the outer sewer. Like they have some doors that like branch off of this room into like those like very narrow sewers. And it looks like they use this to like move stuff around between safe zones. There's some guys like hanging out down here. I think one of them, yeah, I think there's like a radio in the corner that is like playing, like just playing the propaganda news, and they're like there's three guys like sitting there drinking basically on like some ripped out like car seats, and as like makeshift furniture.
These are immaculate vibes right now.
There's
Yeah.
like, I think they have, yeah, I think they have like guns down here.
Okay.
There's like a, there's like
like
not
real
a lot,
guns?
not a lot, but like there's like a basically like a locked, it's like a metal gun cage where it's like that. You can see through it, and it's just like tessellated cage. What are those called? Mesh. It's metal mesh.
Mesh.
It's a tessellated.
It's a
I love
tessellated.
that you
That's the
found.
word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to express genuine like bonding that you reached out and you found tessellated before you found the word mesh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that you did that.
Yeah, I think there are like some of those ramshackle guns in there.
Yeah.
And I think there are like in like the bottom there's like a drawer, like a smaller underpart, and I think in there are like a few real pistols.
Wow.
They look old, but they are real.
Cool.
The guy doesn't go for guns. He goes for like he like calls those guys over and says like hey, boss man here, need some boys and some arms to go teach some fool a lesson. I think one of them, like two of them, like stand up like, oh yeah, let's go. Like they're excited. They're excited at the excuse to do something. The other one who brought you down here, like he starts grabbing some weapons and he like starts handing them out. Like he gives Sheila like a spiked bat and not you. He assumes you're too important for that. One of the guys who was waiting down here goes up to you and goes, "So who we whacking? We whacking, big man."
And this is why I didn't want to be here.
Calm down, brother. You'll find out soon enough. Is at
beaming into your head. Okay, how do we deal with this situation?
Yeah, like okay. I got something.
Now, I don't want to hand of the author too hard, but
yeah.
But you do have only one name. The name of the guy you're looking for.
Yeah.
Unless you want to say like Alvis or like a real oddball, like kind of a out there answer, but
that's a brilliant idea. Okay, when you said we only have one name, I don't personally, as a player, remember the name of the guy that we're actually looking for.
Yeah,
but
I remember.
We could put the feelers out through this crew to find. We could try to find.
They're called the Machinist. That's their name.
Yeah,
nickname.
the Machinist. Yeah.
We could try and find the Machinist. We could try to find Alvis. I think Alvis is going to be a lot harder to find. In either case, what we say is, what all of y'all are doing is just, you're around to collect this person, and then put them in a room with me.
No, yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Listen. I have an idea for like how I want to find Alvis. I the reason I thought you I like that this happened because I I was gonna say Alvis. Like I want to start like a movement with these people to like get the name Alvis out there and be like, oh yeah, Alvis is like this really like high target. But like we want him like alive, and I want to start like a movement to like find him. Since he like so elusive, we don't know like where he is. So like if we start like something like kind of grassroots, and get like people who know people who know people who know people to like start looking. Like that could help. That could help us. I think it benefits us to side with the people. Like really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to emphasize that what you need to do with guys like these is emphasize if you do harm before I'm present, you are doing something wrong to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna channel something real funny.
Okay. Do you want to give him a different answer than you'll find out real soon?
No, I say calm down, brother man. Like this guy jacked my shit, right? But like I don't want to kill him. I just want to find him. I want to teach him a lesson. You know, I want to talk to him. Let him know what's up. What happens when you mess with me. But to do that, I don't have any non-lethal weapons. Can you help me out with that?
Everything that you have is too good at killing, so it's not suited to the task.
Yeah,
that's good framing.
More subtle.
I think they'd ask you, how tough. I think one guy from like the back of the room. He's like he has like a sledgehammer. And he's like leaned up on a counter, and he's like, how tough could this guy be? We got plenty of guys here. I bet we could take them.
And this is why I say, well, like, because we don't know the status of the machinist. I think we should say Alvis here, because I think my angle is going to lead me to the machinist anyway.
Yeah, my goal is to say Alvis. This is my goal.
Yeah. Have you like communicated that to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys have the meta dialogue is transmit dialogue actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I think I'd say to them then. There's things that he knows that we want him to tell us. So that means he needs to be able to talk when he gets to us. All right? You understand?
There's some nods. I think one of them still like cracks knuckles.
Tell them that he has a prosthetic that got lifted off of a security cog.
Yeah, he has some real high profile that I don't want being damaged. It got lifted off security cog.
Yeah, I think when you say that, they're like, "Oh shit, this guy is fucking armed."
It's high level equipment. Yes.
Yeah. I think they say. I think one of them, the one who brought you down here, says, "All right. I mean, I'll need to get to." Sounds like we're gonna need these, and he like bangs on the like locked gun cabinet, and he says like, "I'll need to get a key, if we want to head out with these. But we don't want to bring a bat to a gunfight." You know where this guy's at?
That's the issue.
He's dodgy.
He's real tricksy. He's one of those that like toys with you, you know, like
never makes anything clear about where he's gonna go. Or what
Danny, I need you to embody the mob boss.
Yeah.
Because you're not telling it. You're not telling it to me right now, and I'm like,
okay.
I don't want to make them suspicious yet. I want you to have to step into the role a little more.
Okay.
Because you're kind of just being like, I don't know. He's kind of like, he's like over there or something.
No. Okay.
And you'd be like, this guy fucked my daughter. We're gonna knock his teeth out. But you don't touch a hair on his goddamn head before you bring him to me, etc. Like you need to play the role a little.
Okay. Man, I'm not good at like doing this. This is funny.
Clearly, Danny D has not read the book The Godfather.
No, Danny D does not even like the movie. Danny D's player character does not even like the movie.
Hey, I said the book because I don't know if the movie exists yet.
Yeah. I Ricardo, the player, does not like.
What about Scarface? I think Danny D would like Scarface.
I haven't seen it.
Danny D definitely likes Scarface.
The Godfather was 72.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Godfather's pretty old.
Damn. Yeah, Danny D does not like.
I think Danny D doesn't like The Godfather, but really likes
Scarface. That's funny.
He probably would, yeah. Here, Ricardo, I'm gonna send you a song that should act as inspiration.
You know what? I'm gonna give you some time to rally your thoughts, Danny, and I'm gonna see what Jack's doing.
Yeah, let me formulate our real game plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, just hype yourself up in your brain, because it could be about the delivery more than what you're actually saying.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna need to put a lot of hot air behind your words. All right, Jack, what are you doing?
All right, I'm looking for somebody who has a table who's selling things, but has a prosthetic that looks like it's been patched. Like, I'm looking for like mismatched paint. I'm looking for additional wiring that's now on the outside. That kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I think you could find that pretty easily. Prosthetics are fairly common. People are very bundled up, but like, you know, their prosthetics are pretty low grade. So like, if they have a prosthetic hand, it doesn't have like fake skin.
Okay, I like start walking with a limp as I'm moving through this space, because as soon as I got the idea, I'm like, okay, I know what it's gonna be.
Okay. Gotcha. I think you find a guy who's selling like car parts.
Yeah, that's a good lean. Okay. Hey, man, I'm hoping you can help me out. I got let go a while back, and my knee is starting to give out, and I'm hoping a guy that you might know somebody in this part of town who can fix that up under the table.
I think he'd be like, I think he's currently smoking. And he's on like basically like one of those plastic tarps, and there's like a bunch of he has like a motorcycle engine and like a generator, and he has like probably like a couple fuel cans like sitting behind him, that he's like all selling, and behind him is like as forming like the back of his booth is like a like an old sports car that looks like it still probably runs, remarkably enough, although it is like it has seen better days. It probably hasn't been moved in like years, but it could probably still turn over. Anyways, this guy says to you, I might know a guy who can tune it up. You don't want to replace it?
No, it's cranking. I like, how do I say? It's there's like some grit in the joint or something like that, and I've tried flushing it before, and it's out of what I'm able to do, but I think it's still got a lot of life left in it. I'd rather get it fixed than replaced.
Yeah, that's the smart way of doing things. Yeah, I think I can get you a lead on a guy. He's a little flaky, but he might be willing to do it. It's not if you're going that far, if you're getting a guy to do it for you, it must be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. He ain't gonna be cheap. You might want. You have anything for trade? Because he'd probably take something for trade a lot better than straight up payment.
Come here.
Yeah. I think he like he says, "Please step into my office," and he like goes and sits in the driver's seat of the sports car behind him.
That's so funny.
I love this guy. Okay.
That's fucking
Oh,
great.
hell yeah.
So I take the passenger seat, like pull the door closed, and I like crank up the window
Yeah.
so that it closes. I'm like, all right, I know someone who's here with me today. Not in line of sight. I don't know what she's doing. She's buying whatever. She found a piece from a downed maintenance cog.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that trade real nice.
Yeah, I know she's got it. I know she's got it with her today. And I have a lot of favors that I'm cashing in to pull this string, but I don't know how long she's gonna. There's a lot of buyers out there. I'm hoping that I can make some kind of deal with somebody to get this taken care of before she sells it to somebody else. Loyalty only goes so far.
He's nodding. He's like, yeah, this guy's a bit of a collector, so that I bet he'd want that. He'd want that for just about anything. All right. I'm gonna go talk to some guys. I'll close my shop for the day. Because frankly, I don't think this maintenance job is gonna take that much. But finder's fee.
Understandable. All right. Thanks for helping me out.
All right. Does it have fuel in it still?
A little bit, yeah.
Wow. Lucky find.
Right?
All right. I'll shutter the shop and then I'll get you moving. I think, and then he like climbs out and he goes and gets some of those like hoodie guys, and they help him like pack up his stuff into the car. And then
Hey Sheila.
Yeah.
Hey Sheila, how much juice is left in that blowtorch arm?
Plenty. It seems like it has a sort of a self-persisting fuel supply.
What I'll say is that that's not true, but it's mostly full.
Okay.
When you use it, it doesn't have fuel, but that's just because like you use your inner fire.
Well, yeah, that's okay.
There we go. Okay. All right, I got what is probably a line on the machinist.
Yeah.
Well, Danny's in here reenacting some classic film, so we might be a second, but we're trying to get a lead on the doctor through
All right.
some connections we made.
Okay, don't go too far, Sheila, because in order to make this connection happen, I need that arm.
Oh no, we have guys.
You what? Okay.
Well, yeah.
All right. So Danny, how prepared are you?
I'm relatively prepared.
All right.
Did you listen to the song I posted?
I have an angle. I did listen to that song.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Roma, did I cut you off?
Nope. We're cutting back to these two, bozos.
Right.
What are they doing? All right. I'll allow you to frame the scene because some time has passed.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to like put yourself up on a literal soapbox, go ahead. Frame the scene for me.
All right, so
You can have Sheila be your hype man. Sheila can describe the scene if you want.
You want to?
Can I? I don't know. I don't even know where I would. What do you mean describe the scene?
If you want to rearrange it to be like, okay, we've got 10 guys in here now,
Okay.
like etc.
Yes, we have 10 guys in here now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like set the scene.
Is there like a desk for Danny to sit at?
I want to be at a desk. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Keep going. Give us some texture.
Okay, I'm standing next to him, leaning on that bat that they handed me. Let me think. I think these guys are all like in like a different. You know, these guys are all unique. They all have like kind of their own posture to them. One of them's like, you know, kind of like slouching, nonchalant. The other's like meticulously like cleaning his weapon as he's fucking, you know, listening. You know, you got a real cast of freaks here.
Have they gotten the guns out yet?
Probably not,
Probably not. Okay.
because they're like, you know, we're gonna talk to them, then they're gonna leave.
Gotcha.
That's my setup.
Yeah,
I'm
leave
not.
the floor to you.
I'm. Yeah, genuine question. Okay. All right. I'm at this desk, right? Here goes nothing. So, I was gonna do a funny. No, this is too much. All right. So, it's a couple nights ago. You know, I'm in the bedroom having a little swim in the old wife. You know. And
Okay.
I got a report from one of my guys. Interrupted me. How rude, am I right? I got a report from one of my guys saying that my daughter's bedroom got ruffled and some stuff got taken. So I walk down. I go in there. I see that a couple of her drawers have been open and closed. And I see a couple of my guys with drawn faces and bullet holes in their heads. My daughter's fine. She's right here next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just like a look, like a glance down, a glance back up.
No, I'm angry. I'm real angry. A man can't suffer that kind of embarrassment, you know? But I'm not so angry that I want this guy to die. Or at least not to anybody else's hands. He has to suffer for me. Now this guy's real tricksy. Like I said, he drew on those guys' faces before he put a bullet in their head. You need to be careful around this guy. All right, like I said, he got that arm from that security card. Real dangerous, real tricksy. I lost sight of him. I looked for him for a couple days, and I was like, why not try to get some help for the locals to find him? Y'all down? I have a special prize for you.
I think they pipe up. I think one of them pipes up, possibly like kind of jumping rank a little, and says like, "What's the prize?"
What's the prize? Roma, can I have a coin?
You have a coin?
Yeah, I want to have a coin to flip.
It's a D2. You roll a D2.
Yeah, no,
I
like. Yeah,
I
bought a coin.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Okay, sure. You have a coin.
You got two options: heads or tails. You pick.
Tails.
Tails.
Same guy.
Okay.
Same guy talking there.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna. Do I have permission to roll to flip this coin?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's not how you do that. Well,
Mm.
all right. Heads. What would be more interesting to these guys? Let's see. Okay. So remember that old gun that Sheila gave me?
Old gun that Sheila gave
Yeah,
you.
the
Yeah,
pistol.
the old revolver.
Oh.
The revolver.
Oh.
Yeah.
The like probably
We found a use for the revolver.
like
Oh,
a
shit.
mint condition, not mint condition, but lightly used,
Well
near
maintained.
mint SSA.
Well maintained.
Yeah, pre-second fall.
SAA.
Yeah, do you like pull that out like
I pulled that out my coat, lay it on the table.
Yeah.
This your prize, guy.
I think that gets like stares from around the room of like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh shit, because these guys are like,
the
oh,
bluing is pristine.
yeah, I think because they're like, oh, personal peace, because like, you know, these guys like they've like held a gun before, they have like done a little bit of like target practice with it, but like they never get to use them. Yeah, I think this really pushes you over the top. That's a good way of doing things. I think if anything, like these guys, they're not gonna raise us their bosses, which would cause some problems for you. I think they're just like taking this as, oh, okay, between like the like 10 of us here, we're gonna get our guys to find this guy. And like whichever of us finds him gets this gun.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're like in a race. You've created competition out of it.
Mm-hmm. Now remember,
yeah. You go.
We don't want him. We don't want him roughed up before he comes to us. There's some things we want to get out of him.
That's right.
I think the 10 guys to you, Sheila, go, yes, ma'am.
So yeah, guys, goes by the name of Alvis. Got a prosthetic arm. Hard to miss. If you see the guy, you'll probably know him, but that's if you see him at all.
The hair.
Yeah, the hair.
Yeah. We can say you give them a description of these guys. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
I think the way that we plan is that you tell them when you see Alvis, tell him Danny D sends his regards.
Yeah,
Danny D wants to see you. Like that's how you get him to
go with them.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this.
I want to do a line read.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you see Alvis, tell him Danny D sends his regards.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think they break, and then like that guy who led you down here like leads you guys out back and upstairs, and yeah, I think you've managed to raise the flag of successfully raise an underground manhunt for Dr. Alvis.
It's what he deserves.
Ever since we found those dudes in that shed, in that basement, I'm like, dude, we need to, and like I heard that there was like a revolution, like an underground like revolution. I'm like, dude, we need to rally the people to find Alvis.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I think you meet back up with Jack upstairs. Jack, you're with this shady car dealer but like not shady cars. He's a shady dealer who lives in a car.
My cars are cheap.
My cars are cheap. Yeah, I think he says like, I think he says to you guys, we'll have to cross to another yard, but but he's just a few streets over. So follow me out in the street.
All right.
Actually, no, I think he drives you there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he's got like a not like a sports car. What is what's an old like a what's a nice old car that he would have? It's like a toughie. I think he has like an old Lincoln.
Nice.
Those are good.
Yeah.
There's very few cars that I know, and that's one.
Yeah, I think he has like an old Lincoln that probably has a totally different engine in it. But he doesn't care. It rolls. Yeah, you guys all pile in. I think when you're like pulling away, like Danny, you're sitting in the back seat and like you pass by some of those guys and they see you like rolling out in the Lincoln. They're like, "Oh shit, this guy gets driven places." People don't even have cars anymore.
Yeah, like something I had in the back of my head. I like wanted one of those guys to be our chauffeur. Like if I could get a chauffeur,
it worked out.
Yeah.
Genius. Okay, yeah.
I'm like, we don't have a vehicle.
Almost as if this was like, all planned from the start.
A little bit, yeah.
It quite literally wasn't.
I had ideas of what I wanted to do, but Jack being like, "Yo, talk to security guy, be Danny D, be Danny D,
just be Danny at him."
Yeah.
Dirty 20 will get you far in life.
We love our dirty 20.
Man, I do kind of lament the loss of my vision of. So Danny tries to talk to the security guard, and then he starts talking about kickball.
So funny. Oh, that's so real.
Okay. So I think this guy he rolls along and he like stops at a corner and there's a security checkpoint up ahead. Or not like ahead, but like around a corner. He's like parked in the street still. Like every time he like turns onto a corner, people have to like part way because they're not used to cars driving around. They're pretty uncommon. Usually it's just like state vans and stuff. Very few people have a car anymore. This guy turns around to you, Sheila, and he's like, "Got the arm?"
No, the one that I transmit the torch arm.
Oh yeah, I have it, and then she like turns around to like reach, in an attempt to. Oh, I'm reaching for it behind me, but I'm actually detaching it from my arm. And then I like.
Yeah, when you do it, like unbecomes a Mega Man arm, and it goes back to being just normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like pull it out.
Yeah, tank's pretty full too.
I think he says like, "Yeah, go ahead and take that tank out and just put it in the back."
Sure thing.
All right.
Is that your finder's fee?
Yep. Smart girl.
Fair enough.
Then he pull. Then he like pulls. The security checkpoints on your right. He like pulls left. And like leads you down some streets, and at some point he like gets to a like garage, like an old hollow out like car shop from like on like the bottom floor of a building, and he like pulls in onto one of those like jack lifts, and then he like turns the car off, and he says, "Stay in here." And then he like steps out, locks the car from outside, and then he like goes over to like a old payphone basically, and then like picks it up and like waits probably about like a minute and a half.
Sheila, do you have another arm weapon right now?
Swords.
Not an additional one. I just have my scissors.
Okay. All right. In case this breaks bad on us, I pull the X Buster out of storage and I give it to Sheila.
Sure. I'll swap that on real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He talks on the phone for a little bit, and like shuts the garage door behind you guys. And it's dark in here, and then you feel like the car you're in like lurch and then start to descend instead of going up. And I think it like lowers down into like a like dug out section beneath this like lift jack. And it lowers like slowly down about like 30 feet, and you're into like a hollowed out section, like a there's a it's one of the old subway platforms. Nowadays they're like derelict and out of use, but this one's been like walled in and turned into a workshop.
Nice.
And there's it's like pretty dimly lit down here. There's a guy waiting for you in like with like a flipped up welder's mask and like some like heavy overalls on. He's like a smaller guy, and I think you get out of the car. You like get out of the car, and he said, I think he says, "Welcome to my shop. I heard you were looking for some repairs. Welcome to the machinist's den." Wait, this guy get a title card? Yeah, this guy gets a title card. This is the machinist. Imagine that in like a really cool font. Imagine machinist. The like it's got like a lowercase a, but it's all caps, and that lowercase a has a gear in the middle. There you go.
Okay.
To all those typeface nerds out there.
Yeah, all the typeface autists in the command line in the liner community.
Yeah, in the liner forums. I think now's a good time to go to a break.
Okay.
And we're back. Welcome to the machinist shop. The machinist's workshop. You got the machinist standing before you. They're like waiting for you as this like car lowered down into this repurposed train platform. Gotta love a train platform.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and this is a normal train platform, not a magical train platform.
Yeah, this
presumably?
is a normal train platform.
Okay.
You know, it has a similar architecture to the magic one.
Yeah. But that's trading platforms.
That's train platforms, right? They all look like that. At least here they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got machinist is here. He's got like a like oversized pair of overalls like around the waist, and then like a yellow shirt coming out of that, like a yellow muscle shirt for the top, and then like a turned sideways, like a sideways baseball cap, welder mask that is like flipped up. They've got big like welder mitts. You know those, like those big brown leather ones.
Yeah.
They're standing in their workshop. It's pretty dimly lit in here. And you're kind of in like, it's not like a shop that people go to really. Seems like you just, you happen to talk to a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah, it's a shop like a garage, not a shop like a store.
Yes, it's a shop like a garage, not a store. There's not wasted space in here. It's like really cluttered. And I think you can like hear a generator like rattling somewhere in here that's like keeping the lights on. There's like tables and tables of like tools. And I think nearby the lift where you're at, there's like some crates that are like filled with stuff that's like ready to be sold off and like handed off. The guys who you met who were like playing cards in the last episode, they described this person as a kid. They're definitely but they also said it's been a few years since they met them. They definitely look pretty young. They look like they're about your age. Or your age before you got sent to Goat World.
Killed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like early 20s?
Yeah, they're like maybe 20. Like they look like you would describe them now as a kid. Or like as
up to 20. Yeah.
Yeah, up to 20. They're like kind of scrawny and a little smaller. That should win some Danny D trust points at least. Is Danny D still keeping that up? What if we said that cogs are like 6'6"? Like all of the security cogs and stuff are like 6'6".
Head and shoulders.
Honestly, I was just saying this. Where like Roma, you should have not retroactively, but like, as like a I can change something at the setting to fit a character's backstory. You should have just made all cogs like 7 foot tall minimum.
No, I'm saying that like even the base ones are like 6'6".
They stand at 6'6" head and shoulders.
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever heard of Repo the Genetic Opera?
Oh,
yes, I came in and, like, the last half hour of you guys
I
watching
remember that
this.
now. I remember that now.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. So many references today. So much film today.
I've seen too many movies. We established that when I tried to make a 9-ball.
Fuck movies.
Yeah.
Fuck movies.
Yeah. Welcome to the machinist shop. I think they're like standing there with their like kind of impatiently with their like arms crossed, and they're like, I think when you get out of the car, they say like, "So I heard you needed something fixed."
Is that an intentional Dr. Albus voice?
Yeah, like what?
No, it's not like supposed to be a Dr. Elvis. I'm going for like kind of like a squeaky kid vibe.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Dr. Albus is a bit more like this. They kind of always are yelling.
Yeah.
Not unlike I sit in character.
Not unlike a certain
What do you
highly influential man.
Yeah.
Vector
Not
the
unlike
crocodile.
a certain highly influential man.
Mhm.
Okay, so is the guy who got us in here, is he gonna stay?
He's like upstairs.
Okay.
You've been lowered on a lift jack, like kind of by surprise, and then like you're in
Mm.
this secret base.
Yeah, all right. Um, kid, we're gonna blow your mind with the stuff that we need fixed. Hopefully this arm is enough to cover it. All right.
And if not, we could always
we can sweeten the pot even further.
Mhm.
Okay, so Danny, you're up.
You want me to sweeten the pot, or you want me
No,
to?
no, I mean I want you to like pull your chest plate open and say, "Hey, look at all this damage I've got."
Do you not want to softball this a little bit?
Okay. This is just how I roll.
Mhm.
It's like,
You don't have to make
okay.
every NPC you tell that finds out you're a robot shit their pants.
All
Remember,
right.
this kid was born in a police state run by cogs.
Right. Okay, so I'm like, all right, now.
Yeah, I think that's a hey, Jack. I understand that this is the Jack special, but we might want to be a little more
Yeah, does
reasonable.
Sheila want to try explaining?
Sure. Hello. The three of us have come into a very particular situation where we need your skills to keep us alive. We've heard
Single eyebrow raised DreamWorks face.
We've heard that you do work on prosthetics for those who no longer get them from, their place of work for whatever reason. I think the easiest way to explain this is that we are entirely prosthetic.
You mean like? Do you mean like all your like? You got all 4 limbs replaced?
All.
I just knock on my chest.
Mm-hmm. More like a consciousness transplant.
So what I'll say is I don't think he knows what that means. Like those words.
Okay.
But the knock on the chest plate speaks loud and clear.
Yeah.
And it gets kind of like a oh wow. Yeah, there you go. Good Foley.
And I just want to front load this.
I was gonna have them say something.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I take it you need more than a leg fixed.
Yeah, that was just to get in the door.
Major structural damage.
Yeah.
Internal circuitry, wiring.
I think what I'll say about your damage, because you guys are really well, we'll get into it when you like open up a little more. They're like, well, I haven't worked on here, come on in. And they like kind of bring you in. I think they say, I could take a look, but my old generator died, and I think they like point, and on like one of the far rails there's like a full train engine that's like sitting dark and out of order. Like an old timey like long rail train. Like something that would have been cross country that was just like down here. Like, well, we finally ran out of parts for it. And it's not even it's impossible to fix at this rate. So shop's a little out of commission at the moment. But
We can do something about that. I think.
yeah, you guys think you can get a good engine out of that guy? Think you can get his car off him?
No, I mean we killed like 30 cogs on the way here.
I think that's like whatever they're holding, they drop.
Yeah, that's another part of our delicate situation is that we need to go underground because we are enemies of the powers that be.
Enemies of the state.
I think they, I think this little dude, little mousy boy, is like, here, have a seat, and they like pull out, or they like kick out from under the table that they're standing behind, like a little like rolly chair, and there's not like other chairs, there's like some paint cans next to you that you infer that they mean for you to sit on.
So I do, but I'm keeping my weight off of it, which I assume with my robot legs I can just do.
Yeah, you can just do that.
Because you don't flatten it.
Yeah.
Yes, especially you, Sheila. You're heavy as hell.
Yeah, I got that big engine.
You have 2 like mega parts.
No, I thought
Well, the legs are light. The legs are light.
Yeah. Danny has those big legs right now.
Yeah. You're all still heavy enough to easily crush someone to death by sitting on them.
Yes.
Yeah. I think they're like, alrighty, and then they like go back and they like kind of like go around underneath their like tables. Are they like rooting around for parts almost, and they go, yes, and then they like pull something big out and like put it on the table and point it at you, and they go, this is a better way to negotiate. This is a more even way to negotiate. And they're like pointing one of those that like arc cannon, like one of those arc cannons from the like from an exterminator cog at you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, one of those. Yeah, we killed one of those guys and took his generator. That's what I was talking about getting used something.
I mean, Sheila bangs her chest at that.
Yeah. Do you guys like open your jackets up or anything?
Yeah. I'm like being cool.
Yeah.
And I just like unzip and like pull open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he says like, hope you don't mind if I keep this handy. He like can't lift it. It's just on the table pointed at you, and he has like a hand on the switch basically.
We understand your concern.
It's like plugged into a wall.
We understand your concern, but just have you ever turned that thing on before?
I used to have this thing. Doesn't matter now.
I just worry about your own safety if you were to turn that on.
Your concern is appreciated. Let's keep it civil.
Of course.
So what do you actually need fixed?
I think I'm in the best condition out of everybody here. I have some chassis damage. I like point to like move the fabric the rest of the way out of the way, like shoulder the jacket off, and like pointing at various points of damage. Like I'm singed in places. I think I got hit by a drill at one point.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was Sheila.
No, Sheila got hit by the drill. Yeah,
that was me. But I blocked it.
Yeah, with your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think you guys like strip basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do a slow strip for this young boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very sexy. You're just giant bulky robots under there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it looks like you're wearing like 3 layers of clothes, but you're just wearing like the outermost layer. Yeah. I think he says like, so I take it you're not paying in cash.
No, we were thinking of paying you in parts.
We have some
That can work.
mint condition cog equipment that we think you might be interested in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he is like eyeing. I think he's eyeing Sheila's chest right now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and is like, I need a new. I need a new generator.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to do any
this.
if you want any major repairs done, I'm gonna need a pristine generator to fix up some parts. But what have you got for trade for now?
Well, we have this, and I'll
Yeah.
put the blowtorch on the table. Does anybody else have spare parts they'd be willing to part with?
I'm actually running pretty sparse.
Mm-hmm. And she'll say to the guy, I imagine this has a lot of personal. You could get a lot of personal use out of this. Considering what it's for.
All right, so transmit. I think he's only going to fix us up as good as we provide to him right now.
Sure.
We have an extra set of legs, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Or treads. We have an extra set of treads.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to keep? We just got some extra fast legs.
Yeah.
Do we want to offload one of our other fast legs?
I think it'd make more sense to keep our selection diversified. So like one gyro, one speed, and the flash steps.
Yeah.
What I will say is that as much as this guy's gonna be negotiating with you for whatever he can get, it is true what he says that his he doesn't have enough power here to do like anything major for you. But side quest, if you provide him a good generator.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have an extra generator on us, do we?
No. So I think he what he'll do is what he would do in response is he would offer you a trade for your generator, Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
If and forgive me for laying this out so bare mechanically.
It's fine.
He says, "I'll offer you that generator," and he like points to his like rattling generator that is like currently running his shop. For your generator.
Is that a Mark II?
It is not a Mark II. It is a fashioned. It is a fashioned like diesel generator. Out of
it's
parts.
like real cheap.
For the sake of everything, that is 1 power.
Damn.
He says that I think he would say like, that's enough to get my shop up and running again, and some more.
Sheila, if you take it, I'll give you mine for a little while.
You sure?
No.
Because I mean, you gave me the gun, but
the gun I can't use. Like even if I take that back, I can use up to 1 weapon, and my treads would be useless to me. it was. I'm not giving it to you. It's a loan.
Oh man.
But I think right now, like between the two of us, you're clearly more dangerous than I am.
Yeah.
I'm also in more danger than you are.
Yeah. Oh, can you even take that generator out without killing yourself?
I can.
Because
I will be at 1. It's providing me 5 out of my 6 points of armor currently.
okay.
Yeah, if I take out mine, I go to 0.
So he will be able to give us minimum, like very minimal repairs if we don't give him
Yeah.
a generator.
Yeah.
Alright.
I can give you some. The scene for that is like once kind of trust is established. I think they get one of you up on a table. They get like Danny up on a table, like a doctor, and they're like,
Wait.
yeah.
Was that a yes, we're doing it? Because my other option, like the other thing I was going to offer is, well, we're all pretty good in a fight. We can gank one out of a cog and disappear into the night.
I'm telling
they would never catch us.
Yeah. I'm telling you that like a normal Mark II is not enough.
Okay.
That would give him like a little bit. Giving him like a big engine that can do 5 power is like the more power you give him, the more he can do.
Okay. I think we need the health.
And that's also my way of saying that, like, hey, you come back here later, you might have done some stuff.
Yeah.
Now here's what I will say.
The scene I was painting was like, if you want the explanation for like why he needs more power, is that like, you know, he gets Danny up on a table and he's like, I'm not used to saying this, but hold still. And he has his own welder, and he tries to like work on your like chassis, but you're like too tough for him. Like like his torch doesn't melt like what you're made of. He like can't work on you.
Gotcha.
So that welding torch is like, okay, he can patch you now, but he doesn't have the energy to run it.
Here's my proposal. You know, I give you, you know, this welding torch that I'm sure you'll be able to make good use of. For our current repairs, I'm fully willing to unhook my engine and allow you to use it as a power source. How would you feel about using it as a temporary source of fuel? And if you want, we could leave a piece of collateral here with you when we leave to make sure that we come and bring you back something good.
All right. So player talk. Is this because you don't want to part with your giant engine?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about keeping my accelerating energy generator?
Accumulating. I
wrote down ACC and I forgot the
I really like +5 power, +4 armor.
Yeah, I think it's also because like how replacement would be like way worse. We don't even have like a Mach 2 or anything to give her. Like what he's substituting her is.
I'm offering the energy accumulator permanently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but that
Because I want the upgrade to happen, but my engine is useless to him.
Mm.
If the situation were reversed, I would just give it to him.
Okay, he's getting right. That's a good point. A thing to think about is that if we leave the engine with him, he will like be doing good work while we're gone.
Yeah, he can upgrade the shop.
That I like that. That's severely like we're nerfed really hard by that though, because then we'll have two people with one power generators.
Well, my best weapon doesn't need energy, is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what makes them so good.
Right. Yeah, they're fucking amazing because of that.
I meant that and like the shield.
Right. Okay. I'm willing to give my exterminator engine to him permanently. Take the cumulative energy well, do I even fucking need the cumulative energy generator? I don't think I do. It doesn't give you armor, does it?
It doesn't give you armor. It just gives you more and more power.
Yeah. I don't know if I need... I guess I could, like... Okay, I'll take it, and then I could, like, fever to activate my time stop legs.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Okay. Well, let's do that. I'm okay with that. I'm going to unhook my exterminator engine from me. Lower my max armor and my current armor.
For this, you will receive big heal.
Yeah. Because I'm currently at 2 health, not 1 health, but 2 armor.
Yeah. Do remember to recalculate your health, your total armor every time you take a stat point.
Right. Yes, I've done this.
That's why I do all of mine in dice, is because it's easy to flip them around.
Yeah.
Right. We make the trade.
Yes.
I think you're like taken into like this old train car. And there's like the panels that were on it that like cover it up so that it doesn't get weathered in are like all long gone. It's just like exposed engine basically, and like there's just the outline frame of the train engine kind of shelled around the actual engine. And I think he like takes a big like what are those big like pneumatic drills? Yeah, it takes like a pneumatic ported drill and then like undoes a bunch of heavy bolts and then like slides out like a huge chunk of it. And then you like unfurl your like big exterminator engine, and it like kind of almost like crawls out of your chest as your systems like drop to minimum power level. You and it like unfurls, and then before they can like start to connect it, like since you're like interacting with it, it like meshes into the engine by itself, as if it's like a crawling amoeba of metal.
Yeah.
And wire. Yeah, it like latches itself in, and he's like standing there, kind of like in awe of it, like what the hell?
Like, our mechanics are real.
Like, what are these cogs made of? Yeah. After that, like all the lights in there, like kick on instantly at like full brightness, kind of like if you've ever been in a dark warehouse and then just like seen all the lights flip on, just it's a little blinding, but not to you guys. You're super fighting robot.
We just know it's very bright.
Yeah.
Fighting robot.
Danny, you're still like up on that table. I think that like torch is like plugged into the wall, and it bursts out like a big thing of flame, and you like, oh shit, and you just like pinch out the pilot light. Like you just stick your hand through the flamethrower. Just
Nope.
Yeah, you get machinist goes like, all right, back to business, and they come over to you and they start working on you with this new equipment you've just offloaded, and they say, all right, we're gonna get y'all nice and new. And here's where I say, like, okay, the damage that you receive, it is to your like chassis, like your frame and your and like your shell, basically.
Yeah.
Your like internal electronics, like the wires and stuff. All of that is like the weird like pseudo magic that like can bend and form to match new shapes. So when you take damage there, it will just like regrow, and that's not part of your health. That's why you go back up to 1 health. You will, if you're left alone, you will just go back up to 1 health. But then like you don't have any armor because that's like just physical material.
Yeah.
That's the lore explanation for why you don't just cease to function.
Good to know.
Yeah, but it's just when you go to 0, that's why it's your armor, not your health. Keywords.
Right.
Yeah, I can strip all your armor off and you can still fight.
Okay.
Anyways, you get how much? What's your max health looking like, Sai and Danny?
Mine's 14 at the moment.
My max health is 12.
12. All right. All right. Here's what I'll say, because we are true gamist nowadays. We heal with fucking dice rolls.
Oh shit!
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh my god!
All right, you've just given the machinist like the two like a full setup basically. So here's what I'll say. You heal, you roll 2d12, you get that much back.
Whoa. Oh, I guess you want us to do it in the chat, probably.
Yeah.
I'm such a physical dice Francis.
You can roll physical dice if you really want to. You can roll physical dice.
And also, this D12 that I already had picked out tracks my armor.
Oh, there you go.
Because it's purpley blue.
Now, Danny,
that's good.
I need you not to roll 2 1s.
If you roll I need me to not roll 2 1s.
If you roll 2 1s,
Danny will not roll 2 1s.
Danny will not roll 2 1s. Turbo, check the spinner.
I think that's a bad idea. Okay, Danny. It's 2d12s. You add them, you get the result. It should be on average you get like 12 health. All right, you're good. You got 17. You're fully healed up. You guys are here for several hours.
I rolled 11 plus 7. I'm all the way up.
There you go.
Nothing can stop me. I'm
Jack,
all
do you
the
even
way
need
up.
healing right now?
Yeah, I'm down 2 health.
Okay, you can heal too.
Yeah, you just get that.
You can't roll less than that.
And now I can use this pretty D12 to mark my armor that I have.
Yeah, what I'll say is if you guys didn't give any generator, you'd be rolling a d6.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why I figured. Yeah.
If you gave them like an okay generator, like if you gave them a Mark III, like a +3 generator, be like roll a d12.
But he has 5. He's working with 5 power.
5 power. That drawback doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. I'll give him a fair warning of like, hey, that machine's really volatile, so be gentle with her. But I'm sure you're a responsible owner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here's additionally what I'll say. Do you want to leave? If you want to, you can leave parts here, and they will tune them up for you. This is the gameplay mechanic. The gameplay mechanic is okay. You leave a part here, it will like basically incubate, and it will upgrade.
Dude, it's like breeding or like leveling or like leaving your Pokemon at the daycare.
Yeah.
To like level up.
Do we think that he can fix the shield?
Oh, maybe.
You willing to give the shield up for a little while?
I'm gonna show it to him, and then I'm going to like put my hand like I'm gonna like show him the shield. I'm like, here, look at this. Now, don't freak out. And I drop it into my hand, and it doesn't touch my hand. I'm like, it's got a crack in it. And I pick it up by the handle again, and I'm like, so I need this to not break, because I don't think there's any technology left in the world that can replace it. I'm pointedly not saying that it's magic. Like, this is a long shot. Do you think it's even possible to fix this thing?
I, the DM, say I think it's possible to fix. I think I think if you leave it here and you come back in like a session or two, I think we can get that fixed up.
All right.
You have a full power system here. Okay.
I hand him the shield in a way where he's taking the handle from me. I've got my hand on my shoulder, on his shoulder, and I'm like, all right, man, I'm really trusting you with this thing. It's the last one to ever exist.
Yeah. I was going to say like, like when you go to give it to someone, it becomes theirs. So like I think you like declare that.
Man, that's something we haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, you declare that it is theirs, and like it like disappears from your arm and appears on theirs, and they're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
like they don't have your life.
They don't have magic as a framework, so they're just like, "Holy shit!"
Right? They don't have the concept of magic.
Nanobots, bro.
Nanomachines.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to leave anything else?
What the hell does this guy think of us? I want to leave my my emergency acceleration system with them.
Ooh, you want that upgraded?
Nice.
Yeah.
I
guess it's your spare, right?
It is my spare. It's the thing I want to be my main, so I'm leaving it with them.
Okay.
Romer, are you noting these down anywhere?
I was gonna.
Let's all type that into herd mentality.
I was going to ask, because this is what I'll say. So, you know, what's the stats on the your zoomy legs, Ricardo, right now?
It's +1 armor, +1 armor, and requires 3 power to use.
Okay. What do you want about it that is like the machinist is like, okay, well, what on this do you want tuned up? Do you want it to have more armor without going any slower? Do you want it to be more efficient so it takes less energy to use? Or do you want it to be faster?
Health is wealth, I'm thinking.
Indeed.
Can I get both? I want to be. I ideally ideally I would want it to I want +1 armor, or so it has 2 armor but 2 power. I trade it, but that's not really an even trade.
It's also not a trade. It's
not a
both
trade.
upgrades.
That's what I'm saying. It's both. Yeah, they're both upgrades.
I'm gonna tell you that a part gets upgraded once.
Oh, one time.
It's it's like Dark Souls where you can put holy on something or you can put magic on something, but you can't put both on something.
Specialization, make it faster.
Okay.
Interesting.
Gotcha. Will do.
How much do those cost to fuel?
It's 3 power.
3. Okay. So Jack, you just have the shitty diesel 1 power engine in you right now.
Yes.
And we have no spare engines between us.
Go ahead and call that makeshift engine.
Wait. Hold on. You said this is like Dark Souls, right? So can I? We're real gamers right now. I'm in the menu.
Maximum gamist right now.
Yeah, I'm in the menu. I'm can I preview what the upgrades would be? What the raw numbers change to?
Sure. You know what? I'll give you that. I'll say
right.
You can either have it take 2 power to activate, you can have it give you 3 armor, or you could have 3 armor instead of 1. Or you can have it be faster, which I don't know what we quite want that to be, because it's currently one step. It's currently a step below Sheila's super legs that you got from Quickman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think the machinist, even with a full power setup, can build something like that.
Yeah, he can't build a Sandevistan.
Right.
Yeah, he can't build you a super weapon, but he can make your weapons better. If you bring him a cog weapon, he can remove a drawback, or or try to make it a little stronger to make up for that.
I'll take the yeah, go on.
I bet if we brought the Quickman legs to Pearl, she could replicate them. But that is not possible to do.
Yeah, how are we getting back there? Other than making a black spire here, which we don't want to do, obviously.
I was like, I guess that works, but holy shit,
that would be quite a thing to do.
Hey guys,
obviously I wouldn't want to do it. I just brought it up. That's how we would have to get to them.
Hey guys, we sacrificed everyone in Central Park, but we got a fast travel point.
yeah, we just end the campaign to go back to Pearl and Samson. Just dead end it just to do that. Yeah, I want that armor. I want that armor.
Okay. You can get that. That armor will be here when it's ready.
Okay.
What I'll say is, you don't need to come back here blindly. The machinist gives you his phone number.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, folks, the trading of the phone number as a real life mechanic, that is, it brings back memories.
Yep. Kids these days don't trade phone numbers no more.
Yeah, they're like, scan my
I
QR
do.
code so we can Snapchat each other.
Oh, they do
Precisely
say
that.
that. Oh no.
Yes, they say that is exactly what they say.
Oh yeah, what WhatsApp is not popular in America, I guess.
Some people use it, but
That's
yeah.
because it's owned by Facebook, but everybody who uses Facebook in America uses Messenger.
Yeah. Now, WhatsApp says it's end-to-end encrypted. I don't know how much I trust that, but
Yeah, that's a lie.
yeah, like
Oh, sure, it's end-to-end encrypted by SSL.
Yeah, by us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everyone feel good about what you're leaving?
Jack, what kind of gear are you cooking with right now?
I have speed legs that it is no longer possible for me to use.
Mm-hmm.
I have diesel generator. I have flame sword.
Okay.
Wow.
So
That going to basics.
Okay, now here's my thought. The X-Buster.
Yeah, I was gonna ask for that back because
Yeah.
that was just to get us through the encounter.
Yeah, I'll give you that back. You can fever and run that.
I'll remind you that even if you have nothing in that arm slot, you still have like an arm.
Yeah, you can like do something with a hand.
Yeah, you have a hand, but like
what's a punch? Is a punch like 0.1?
I think a punch is 0.1.
Yeah, cool. which is
50% chance of no damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is enough to puncture in someone's fucking chest cavity.
Yeah, no, you can kill someone by punching them.
Yeah, like a human. I don't want to kill a human.
Exactly.
Right.
We do not.
They're endangered.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you could check. Ricardo could check the spinner right now and tell.
Yeah. Ooh, I forgot about that. What's the biggest threat to the machinist?
Ooh. Biggest threat to machinist is being found out. Their workshop is illegal.
Yeah.
If this workshop were discovered, they would be killed.
Yeah.
Damn, can I use my goons to protect the machinist?
They're not really your goons. They're doing a favor because you're giving them a gun.
Yeah, I know. But like, maybe I get popular enough and I have goons of my own.
Yeah, party members late in the game.
I love a classic. The Command Line has never felt like a classic tabletop game as much as the moment where you have snuck into like an underground crime base and you're lying to goons that you're their boss.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Burn Notice episode. And Burn Notice is very much a Blades in the Dark game.
Yeah, okay. That fits with my conception of Burn Notice, yeah.
That's very funny. That's so funny.
All right, everyone, you're healed up, but now you know how important it is to stay healthy.
Yo.
Yes.
Yeah, I was real cavalier with that shit.
Mm-hmm. I think we all kind of were.
Right. I was
the most cavalier.
Yeah, I want to ask the machinist. Do you have like a wish list? Because it's pretty easy for us to like pick pieces off of cogs.
I think it's rare that I've ever even been able to have like to work on a cog part, let alone stuff this high grade. Anything you bring me, I'll take. Even if you won't use it,
Okay.
I will.
Do you have like a favorite snack?
I think their
You
favorite.
like sweet potatoes?
What's that?
Pain.
Is that like potatoes with chocolate?
They're do you have carrots here?
This is a wild question because I'm sure he thought we were from the city and
Yeah.
has no concept of anything other than that.
Right.
Like gold?
No, okay, so it's like a sweet potato. It was like potato, a little bigger, more like oblong, had sort of like a little bit of a sugary hint to it, but still with that like earthiness.
Sheila, it's been like 100 years.
I know, that's what I'm trying to explain it to.
Okay, me saying that out loud
stares
to him.
back and forth like what?
Yeah.
Actually, I think that doesn't make them. They don't think that's weird. I think they think that that's just like, oh, you guys are just old machines, and like, yeah, the city's been around forever.
Yeah.
Like they were born here at the time where it was already like this.
Yeah.
No one was left who could remember how it had happened.
Yeah.
No
one can remember how the city came to be.
Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, but we'll bring you. We are frequently in a position where we can't carry all of the pieces that we pick off of these cogs. So, we're going to keep you in good supply, my man. Now, I also kind of want to ask you for some information. Do you have contacts in the Resistance? Do they make themselves known if they come to you?
What would he say to that? Okay, so I think that machinists would be like, I do business with anybody as long as I know that they're vouched for. A lot of the What'd you say?
Who vouches?
Who vouches?
Shout out to all the Friends of the Table fans on the Liner forums.
Yeah, none of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, done business with the criminal underbelly, or the criminal element before. As for a like some sort of like rebel faction, I don't know if any such thing even exists.
The Empire building was bombed a couple of days ago, or something like that, and we thought whoever did that might know a guy that we're looking for, by the name of Dr. Alvis. He has a prosthetic arm from here down that's like, it's made out of the stuff that we're made out of.
I think that gets you were made by Dr. Elvis?
We got hit, boys. And
Nice.
Sheila.
Boys is a gender neutral term.
I think they. Yeah. yeah, they say they tell you like, yeah, Dr. Alvis is the leader of the city. What are you doing here? Or like Dr. That's like what their name used to be, you know. Is that why you guys are so old?
Okay, this is gonna be really complicated. But there's two of him. There's the one that you know, and then yeah, I know. Like,
what they say is I know nowadays he's called that he's only called Dr. Light, but I read in an old book one time that they used to be Dr. Alvis Light. And then like I would recount some backstory that you've already heard before, but it's just like oh yeah, Dr. Alvis was like a genius machinist who like built the original cogs and like built original prosthetics and built this city.
And I would say, I'm gonna say to him, yeah, they say a lot of things in those books. Listen, the guy who runs the city isn't the real Dr. Alvis. But we know the real Dr. Alvis, and he's here now.
We're looking for him.
How's he still around? Been so long. That book was real old.
Well, he's not like us, but he was in stasis, I guess you could say. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
You switched off for a while.
Something like that. Yeah. Like, he's not a machine like us, but...
Yeah. No, he's human. He's like me.
Yeah. I mean, we used to be.
Oh, you're citizens?
No. we were humans before the city existed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And something else after that. I think she just like mutters that to herself.
Is he like sitting down?
Sure.
Kid, the stories we could tell you.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Maybe we'll catch up next time or something. Maybe.
You know, God is real.
All right. And like, I give a description of the guy that we're looking for.
To respond to you, Danny, I think the response to "Do you know God is real?" I think that the machine is like, you mean like Jesus or Santa?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
That I think that laugh was canonical from both of us.
I think they like awkwardly laugh along. They think you're just pulling a really funny joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hell, given some of the stuff we've seen, if Santa Claus was real, I wouldn't even be surprised anymore.
That's a very funny thought, Jack.
Oh yeah, the machinist has never heard us refer to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, hey, your names are printed on you.
Oh, that's good.
Wherever you chose to manifest them, it's like your name, and then like the number in like a bigger font. So like I imagine it would be like Jack and then like a big 01, and then you would have like You know, they might be in like different places or like a different orientation. You know, your character design, do what you want with. Your paint job literally just comes to life whenever you put something on.
Mm. Okay. I'm actually gonna call mine out. I think that like there's a separated piece of there's like articulation in the chassis, like a Mega Man, like Mega Man X, and like in the rib section right here below the plate that guards the generator is A-001, and then above that in like script, like a signature is Jack
Efron, please.
Yeah, the whole thing.
I think Sheila's is at the base of like where like right under where the head connects to the neck on the neck part.
Just like Samson.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's a cool line between you guys.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, everybody knows that Sheila is Samson's best friend.
Oh, where is he? I'm looking for him. Anyways, mine is on like my chest, just like right below my like collarbone, or what would be my collarbone, right? And it's like 03 in like a large font, and then like Danny D in like a smaller font that like covers the same space.
Yeah.
Same width as,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
03.
That's good.
All right. I think you're ready to mosey onward.
Yeah. I did want to leave him with a description of Dr. Alvis and see if that tracks at all with what he thinks of Dr. Light.
Yeah. I think he says to you, "Yeah, I figured Dr. Light at this point was probably a machine. Like they'd be real old by this point. They're probably on like a later version."
Yeah. Well, part of the goal is to put the real Dr. Alvis back in charge.
Is it?
We gotta find him and talk to him first, but that's what I was thinking.
That is a wild thing to think, Jack.
Yeah, we need to knock some sense into him for stealing my daughter's underwear.
What?
I'm keeping my story consistent.
You can't just say stuff like that.
I think Sheila does actually laugh at that.
Jack wasn't there for that. It's like, what are you talking about?
It's part of our cover story. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Not important.
Batsuwa? What?
No. Oh my god.
I think Janai says in your head, Sheila, "I'm not okay with this."
No, see, no, I had the thought earlier when Danny said, "My daughter," Janai will remember that. No, trust me. I think about them both. You don't gotta tell me. Maybe I should externalize it more.
Yeah. I think you should. At some point, I will prompt Janai.
Yeah.
I'm planning on doing it, but I just haven't gotten a good opportunity yet.
Sure.
Janai will remember that.
Yeah, the machinist doesn't know anyone like. I think what they tell you is that fools that are looking for the rebellion usually end up not They usually only come around once, and then I don't hear about them ever again. So I don't know where they're all going. You might have better luck in the uptown.
Okay. You got a name who might have a lead? Anything? A sign. Like we want to be able to make an approach where it's clear that we're not gonna like sell them out to the cameras.
Yeah. I think if I think they would say if there is like a like some kind of organized criminal, like organized terror movement going on, they're gonna try to get, they're gonna have their base somewhere where it's hard, where they're less monitored. So you might want to try the park.
Huh.
The park isn't monitored.
Wonder what the park looks like these days.
Apparently, well, I guess you guys could see for yourself, but it it supposedly is modeled after how everything used to be before the fall.
Yeah, we'll be the judge of that.
Well, we'll tell you if it's accurate to life when we come back. See you around, kid.
Yeah, and then they like
Stay safe.
raise the car. I think what happens is that like you guys suit back up in your disguises, and then they like while you're doing that, they like load a couple boxes onto like they answer a phone, and then they like load a couple boxes onto the lift, and then they like raise it up with you. And when you get up there, that guy's like, "You done finally?"
We had a lot to talk about.
Like he like left and came back. He's like, "I was worried about my ride."
We never let anything happen to a classic.
Yeah, Jack's a car guy.
It's like him and like one other guy, and they like and like that other guy like takes the 2 crates of parts and they like get it loaded in their car. You guys motion to leave. Head for the park. Which I think we'll do next time.
Okay. Cool.
We had a lot of mechanical movement happening this episode. So
Very social session.
very social session. So you know what that means for next session.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to be brutally destroyed.
Next session is going to be antisocial.
We have full
What is
armor.
the space between social and antisocial?
Simon, care to comment? It's your favorite phrase. The space between nothing and anti-nothing.
An anti-nothing. Yes,
Space
yes,
between
yes. I
social and
understand.
antisocial. There you go.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Well, we'll see the liners next time.
Bye, liners.